Coming to you from Seattle tonight, where the roof at Safeco Field has been closed for comfort. It's the home opener of this new season between the Boston Red Sox and the Seattle Mariners. Who'll get the better of this compelling matchup? We'll find out next on MLB Network. Here comes perhaps the fan in baseball as Billy Hamilton strides forward to get this ball game underway.
Center fielder.
And the first pitch of the ball game here is taken for a called strike one. And HR, you take a look at these Seattle Mariners entering play here tonight. They come out of the gate slowly. Just one of their first four have been wins.
Well, Matt, I mean, the simple way to put it, they lost their last game. This is where baseball comes the best to me, where all the cliches come in. You got to have a short-term memory, and you really do. The game's over. You can't do anything about it. You got to come back today and play better and win.
Breaking ball just misses the inside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Ready with another 2-2. And a good pitch there as this is swung on and missed for the first out of the ball game.
In the second.
So the base is empty here with one away, and that'll bring up the former MVP second baseman Dustin Pedroia. And that misses ball one. Swing and a miss on a nice biting slider. I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Yeah, and they set him up with that curveball on the pitch before, and that one, they just blew right by him.
And they could go either way now, I suppose.
First baseman
In is Joey Votto now. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. But the recovery throw will be in time to first. A good job that time of not giving up on the play, and the inning is over. Here's Leonis Martin. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Mariners, center fielder Leonis Martin.
Here's a two-seamer inside to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Tries to go the other way as this is in the air to left field. Waiting on it is Toles, and that's the first out of the inning. Gene Segura standing in, and he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. In there for strike one.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
Fastball called for strike two. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a fastball just below the knees, ball one.
On 0-2, you'll sometimes get a guy to chase a fastball out of the zone away or up, but when it's way down like that, it's much easier to lay off because you can tell the ball is moving further away from eye level as it comes in.
It's a swinging bunt up the line. All even at 2-2. Here it is. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Calling for it, Betts. And that's the second out of the inning. At the plate, Robinson Cano. No one aboard for him, and two gone here in the first. Sale has his target. Here comes the first pitch. Way in front of a great slider that time. Cano waiting on the 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Now here it comes. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up ball two. Cano awaiting the 2-1. And just never could commit to the swing there, but he went around, and it's even now at 2-2. Drilled right back up the middle. And Cano, don't you know, is going to reach. It's a base hit. So the two-out hit means that Yoenis Cespedes will bat this inning. Here's Yoenis Cespedes. He's ready for his first at-bat of his early season contest. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. The 0-1 pitch. And now a stoppage here as a balk has been called. And that could wind up being a costly one as it'll move that base runner into scoring position now with 2 away. Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Coming to the plate now, Mookie Betts. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Mookie Betts.
And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
Man, it's going to be a long game. The angle that he's throwing that sinker at, nobody's going to touch that.
Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now, 0-2.
Now that's when you know it's a good pitch. He broke off a really nice breaking ball down in the zone right there, and even though this is one of the best hitters around, he waved right through it.
Oh, he might have got away with one. 2-strike breaking ball that ended up being in the zone. I think he probably wanted that out of the zone, but fortunately, he just fouled it off.
Another one sent foul.
He's just fouling them off till he gets something he wants to hit.
The next 0-2. And he pops him up back behind second base. Cano is there for it. Makes the play, 1 away. Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford.
Brandon Crawford.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. First pitch here is a sinker that runs a bit too wide. It's ball 1. That's inside. 2-0. 2-0 pitch on the way. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Waiting on it is Henniger. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Here's Xander Bogaerts now. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive.
Bogaerts.
Into the windup and the pitch. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. No score here as we play inning number 2. Now a swing and a third straight fly ball here should get him out of the inning. 1, 2, 3. Full extension, but he can't make the catch. That's strike 1. And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1 and 2. And a sinker there, swung on and missed for out number 3. Digging in, Mitch Henniger, and he'll step in to start things out against Chris Sale.
Right fielder, Mitch Henniger.
First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
Really deceptive changeup there. Very well executed. It looks like it just sort of dies when it gets close to the plate.
Well, they got him in the rocking chair right now. A little changeup, follow up with the fastball, and he's a little late with that swing. I may go back with another changeup.
Tough pitch to lay off. The slider stays high for ball 1. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Into the box now, Jed Lowry. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he'll try to hold up on the pitch inside, but to no avail, and that's the first strike. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Betts is right there as he takes it for the second out. Here's the catcher, Carlos Ruiz. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. sail into the windup. First pitch on its way. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup. And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. The pitch. And a good pitch, but no offer from Ruiz. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Now here's the pitch. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
And that's the pitch they wanted him to punch out on. A slider down around the knees. That's a good job of holding off on that swing.
Here's one that misses inside, and the count's run full now. 3-2. Started to go around, but it's a called 3rd strike anyway, and that will retire the side. Digging in, the switch hitter, Pablo Sandoval. He'll step in to lead it off in the top of the 3rd.
Pablo
Here's
Sandoval.
the first pitch to him. Hard hit ball to second. And there's the first hit of the game for the Red Sox. And that'll bring in the speedy catcher Blake Swihart. From the stretch. A swing and a miss on a ball that jammed him. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. Working for the punch out and the offering. Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here. 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. Count holds at 1-2. Now another 1-2. In the dirt here. And a nice job to keep the runners at bay as the count moves to 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Started to go. They'll look for the appeal down to 3rd and ring him up, says the 3rd base umpire. He's gone.
Batting 9th.
Stepping in, Andrew Toles. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at 1st and 1 gone. Hit out towards 2nd. He lays out, but he can't make the play, and it's through into right. And that runner will go no further than 2nd as there are 2 aboard
Center
now.
fielder, number 10.
Here's Billy Hamilton standing in. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. A decent lead at 2nd. Here's the pitch. Sinker to open the AB in there for strike 1.
Now, I'm sure these infielders know it, but this hitter can burn down the baseline. So if he puts a ground ball in play, the defense is going to have to make a perfect turn to turn 2.
Tries the slider to ring him up, but he lays off 1-2.
Now that's that old school slider right there, trying to get in on his hands. We see that with a cutter a lot, but the slider's even more effective because you can't pick up the spin.
And Ruiz able to hang with it for out number 2. And he's safe.
Now batting number 15, second baseman Dustin Pedroia.
First pitch of the at-bat. Dustin Pedroia stands in as he checks his swing here for strike 1. And here's one that misses to Pedroia, and the count evens at 1-1.
Wow, kind of an interesting pitch call there. The batter flailed at the pitch away on the previous one, so you'd think you'd go right back there, but instead they decided to come in, make him prove he can adjust before you do.
Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And no one will get this one. 3rd inning, no score to this point. And a sinker there, swung on and missed for out number 3. So digging in now, Taylor Motter. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game.
Designated hitter.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
Man, he's got a good fastball. He showed it off right there. He blew it right by him.
A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. And he's retired 1 away. So the leadoff man set down, and here's the catcher, Mike Zunino. Pitch on its way now to Zunino. And he's in front of a tight little slider that time.
Well, he doubled up on that slider, so that tells me he's really feeling it at this point in the game. Good chance we'll see a heavy dose of that slider as this start continues.
Here it comes on 1-1. And a great change of pace has him off balance, a swing and a miss. Here comes the 1-2 from Sale. Grounded to third. Gloved by Bogarts. Throw on to first, 2 gone. Digging in to try it again. Leonis Martin. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First offering on its way. Line to the right side. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Ready for another chance. Gene Segura flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Sale sets. Here comes the first pitch. Hit on the ground to third. Bogarts has it. Throw goes to Votto over at first. It's in time to retire the side. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Joey Votto. He'll try to get it going here to begin the fourth.
Joey Votto.
Checks his swing, but this pitch is right there for strike 1. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
Into the box now, Mookie Betts. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Oh, might not have been where he was hoping to put that pitch, but he somehow gets a swing on it anyway. Strike 1.
He's such a good hitter. You don't see him miss pitches that are right there in a good hitter's location very often.
Boy, good inside fastball right there. Trying to tie the hitter up, trying to keep him from getting those arms extended. A pitcher's pitch. Well, it's 2-1 now, and we haven't seen a fastball from him in this at-bat yet. As a hitter, you've probably got to sit on that right now.
To 2-2 now. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2. And the pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Martin is under it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Now batting, Brandon Crawford comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 1. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. 0-2 now as Crawford comes up empty on that one.
He is being aggressive in this inning. 0-2 on this hitter. The first 2 outs were recorded quick because he came right after the hitter. I don't think that changes right now either. He's going to continue to be aggressive to this hitter as well.
Checked his swing there, and did he go? No, he did not, says the third base umpire. Ball 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Line drive to left. And maybe trouble afoot as Crawford's aboard here with a base hit. Some success with 2 away, and the top of the 4th is still alive.
Third baseman
digging in for his second at-bat, Xander Bogaerts. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. In the air, out to right. Haniger has a beat on it, and that retires the side. Here's Robbie Cano now. A base hit in his first trip.
Leading off the 4th inning. Second baseman, Robinson Cano.
Cano waits on the first pitch. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
Now that was a good pitch to lay off. When it starts on the outside half of the plate, that slider right there, you know it's going to continue to run off the plate.
1-0 pitch is his slider, swung on and missed. 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Looks like he swung it underwater that time for strike 2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the 2-seamer, and that's out number 1. So striding forward now, Yoenis Cespedes. He was a strikeout victim in his first pitch coming. Here it is. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Oh, and he struck him out as well. So he's carving right through the heart of this lineup as there are 2 away now.
Right fielder.
Striding in once again, Mitch Haniger. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
Boy, he looks strong out there on the mound this inning. He's got a chance to punch out the side in order, and against the middle of the order, too.
Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2. A weak chopper up the line. That's a foul ball. Lays off the 1-2 changeup, and he's worked it back to 2-2. Now a check swing, but that's in there for strike 3 anyway, and the inning is over. Here's the Panda now, Pablo Sandoval. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5.
Pablo.
Here it comes. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Chopped foul wide of first. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
Those 0-2 curveballs are really tough for guys to lay off. There's a reason it's such a common pitch in that count, but he did well to spit on it there.
And a swing and a miss by Sandoval as he couldn't connect that time, and there's one away.
Blake Swihart.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Blake Swihart will stand in for a second time here as he swings and misses there. It's 0-1. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. After it is Cespedes. And that's into the gap and should be extra bases. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double.
Now batting.
And that'll bring in the speedy left-handed hitter Andrew Toles. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Haniger ranging back, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0. Here's Billy Hamilton standing in. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering, and a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-0 pitch on the way. Late that time for a strike. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. And the changeup is way low that time.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the way pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
And that misses there, so he runs the count full now. And the runner's breaking for third. Line drive to center field. Martin brings it in, and now they might have the runner caught off second. Now a throw to second, and he can't get back in time, so the hit and run works against them as he hits right into a double play. Ready now, Jed Lowry. He's 0 for 1 thus
Leading
far.
off for the Mariners, third baseman, Jed
First pitch coming. Here it is. And a fastball just a bit up.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long.
Tapped up the first baseline. Throw to first is in time for the first out. Here's the catcher, Carlos Ruiz. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is going to wind up a foul ball.
Matt, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set yourself up for great success.
I got to say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
So he notched the backwards K on that one. Carlos Ruiz becomes out number 2 this inning. Taylor Motter is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1.
Well, Matt, that's 2 quick outs, but if you look at the pitch count, it's way down low. He's being aggressive, and so are they. He's got a chance to get through this one.
2-0. And this one will be out of play off to the left.
Well, that's back-to-back breaking balls. He's able to foul that one off. Will they come back with a third?
Started to chase that time, but then he wisely holds off for ball 3.
I like that check swing. He started to offer at the off-speed pitch, but he recognized it and was able to hold up.
Fastball in there, 3-2. Oh, and he lets him off the hook there, as this isn't even close for ball 4. Here now is Mike Zunino. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Zunino.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
Tying run at first base, he's got to make sure that a ball in the gap, he scores. He's got to get a great jump. And one way to do it, as soon as you see that ball through the zone and you see the swing and it makes contact, you just got to get flying.
No contact there, and it's 1-2. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors in the game for the Mariners to this point. Runners going. Pitch inside. The throw. He's in there easily as the throw bounces on the way down. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Started to go. Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base umpire. It's ball 3 now. High in the air out to center field. Hamilton is under it. And that ends the inning. Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point.
Dustin Pedroia.
Into the windup and the pitch. A swing and a miss on a ball that jammed him.
When you're facing this good a hitter, man, that strike one becomes so important. To get ahead with him and make him think about something else. Now you can control the at-bat.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Hit down the third base line. Taken there by Lowry. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th. In is Joey Votto now. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. First offering on its way. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1.
He's been doing a nice job out there on the mound, but the deeper you get into the game, the more the hitters have seen you. This is the part of the lineup that he has to be really careful with.
On to first, and Votto's gone for out number 2.
Now batting.
Here's Mookie Betts. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. Hit the other way out toward right field. Haniger moves over, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Here's Leonis Martin. He'll have the opportunity to kick things off as we begin the home sixth.
Leonis
Into the windup and the pitch. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Coles is there. One pitch, one out. Gene Segura standing in. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
Segura.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Well, he's really peppering the zone right there, going up in the zone. I wonder if he stays there the whole time. Usually you'll see that with 2 strikes, not with no strikes.
And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1. 1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there.
Boy, that was filthy right there. That was a great indicator of how well he's throwing the ball. He's going nice in the game, but that pitch was filthy.
Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first and no swing. It's ball 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors in the game for the Mariners to this point. And he struck him out, and that's 8 strikeouts thus far. Here comes the second baseman, Robinson Cano. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Oh, what a pitch to start the at-bat there. It's 0-1.
Well, that's not a good pitch for him to hit. Look, this fella's got so much power, but you got to bring the pitch into the zone. Chasing that one there, right there, I'd go back and throw it to him again.
Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2. 2 out, nobody on. And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here, and the side is retired. Welcome back to Safeco Field here in Seattle. Red Sox on top in this one as we get set for the 7th. But first, here's a look at our game summary to this point. Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. A hit in 2 tries so far. And maybe trouble afoot as Crawford's aboard here with a base hit. So it's a leadoff base hit to start the Red Sox half of the inning. Digging in to try it again, Xander Bogaerts.
And we thought we might be seeing the end of the road for the starter, but clearly he's still in there for at least one more hitter.
Well, Matt, we'll see how this works out, but I think they figured with the righty coming up, it was worth sticking with him to keep the matchup advantage in their favor here.
Looped over toward first. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Now batting.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Pablo Sandoval. He singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Ariel Miranda comes on now in an awfully difficult situation as there are 2 on here with nobody out. Hanley Ramirez will get a chance to swing the bat here, and he'll do it in a good spot as he has runners at first and second and nobody out in the inning. Well, now the Mariners get some action in the bullpen as a left-hander's begun to get loose. Lofted in the air out to right field. Giving chase is Henniger, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. And he'll indeed move up 90 feet, putting runners at the corners now with 1 away.
Now batting.
And that'll bring in the speedy catcher Blake Swihart. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate.
First and third, you know he's going to do everything he can on the mound to roll up a double play ball. On the other side, he's got to be looking for a mistake up in the zone that he can drive in the air and pick up a sac fly at the very least.
Too tight with that one. 3-0. He's set. Here's the 3-0. Swing and a fly ball, but shallow. And that's not going to do it. Haniger has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. The tag, and he's out at second. It's a double play, and just like that, the inning is over. Digging in once again, Yoenis Cespedes. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
Yoenis Cespedes.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Something that stood out to me in this game is the lineup's lack of a solid plan at the plate. Seems like way too many guys are chasing pitches out of the zone and trying to hit pitchers like that one down and away. There's no success in that.
Inside and high with that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. Oh, and that runs in and gets him. So now the potential tying run is aboard to lead off the inning.
Right fielder.
Ready for another chance? Mitch Haniger. Been a strikeout victim twice in this one. First delivery to him on the way. And this one's in the dirt. The 0-1. Now a bunt attempt here. Throw to second, and they get him. So the sacrifice attempt is unsuccessful here. Back to Votto, but it's not in time as they settle for just the 1. Here's Jed Lowry now. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. He's set. Here it comes. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Runners on first with 1 down. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
I'll tell you, we're in the later stages of this ball game, but his fastball is still coming out of his hand with plenty on it.
And he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out. Striding in once again, Carlos Ruiz. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts for him so far. Sale sets. Here's the first pitch. In the dirt here. And a nice job keeping it close. It's ball 1. Good lead off at second there. Now the pitch. Swing and a little blooper to center. Coming in is Hamilton, but he won't get there. It falls in. But not in time, and just like that, this ball game is tied. Taylor Motter steps into the box, trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Just a bit jumpy that time. Swung on and missed. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. And this one's in the dirt. Good job keeping it close as the count goes to 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
I think he wanted that pitch right there, but you know what? He's been throwing the ball real well tonight, and he's been getting a lot of favorable calls from the umpire, too.
A little too tall that time. 3-1 now. Ready on 3-1. Here it comes. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball. Right side hit hard. On to first, and this will remain a tie ball game as the inning is over. And that'll bring in the speedy left-handed hitter Andrew Toles. He'll go to work trying to do something about breaking this 1-1 tie. Into the windup and the pitch. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And the changeup is way low that time. Here he comes on 2-0. Hit in the air out to center field. Martin is under it, and that's the first out of the inning.
Center fielder.
Here's Billy
10.
Hamilton standing in.
Billy
No hits
Hamilton.
in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Lifted in the air out to right. Moving under it, Haniger. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Now batting number
Ready once
15,
again,
second
Dustin
baseman,
Pedroia.
Dustin
He could
Pedroia.
really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. First pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
Well, that was 2 quick outs right there, getting those guys in front of him, but now the 2-hitter comes to the plate. Right here, you look to either get on base any way you can, hit a gapper, anything, because you want those big boys coming up next. He's really throwing the ball well in this game.
Threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. At the plate, Mike Zunino. He'll get
Leading
things
off
started
for the
now in the
Mariners.
bottom of inning number 8.
Number 3, Mike
Joe
Zunino.
Kelly is out from the
Your
bullpen now as
attention,
he'll
please.
make his first appearance
Now
here on the
pitching for
season.
Boston, number 56, Joe Kelly.
And some action now in the Boston bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing.
Way late on the fastball for strike 1. The 0-1 delivery. And this is fouled at the plate. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball 1. Here's the pitch. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first and no swing. It's ball 2. Set to deal on 2-2. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. This is in a bit tight, maybe above the letters as well, so it's a full count now, 3-2.
Ball 3 to the 9-hitter. Everybody's kind of going, all right, if we can just get him to walk him with the leadoff guy coming up next, they got a chance to have a big inning.
Now here's the check swing, and they appeal down to first. No swing, so that's ball 4. Ready for another shot now, Leonis Martin. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. From the belt, the pitch. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. Go ahead runs aboard here at first with nobody out. Curveball, swing and a miss, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Look, Matt, this guy's got a great sinker. Here's the key. He's got a runner on first base. This is where you can get that ground ball double play. Make him chase that hard sinker and hit it into the dirt and turn one over for you.
On to first, but not in time as he beats it out.
Number 2,
So coming to the plate, Gene Segura. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Late that time for a strike.
This is the situation where there's a lot of pressure on the infielders if the ball's put in play on the ground. Both the guy at first and at the plate are burners, so a double play is going to be tough. Even getting one out could be a challenge.
Before the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. Possible go-ahead runs on first, 1 away. And he gets under this one as the ball is skied into very shallow right. Betts has a long run, but he takes charge for route number 2. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. So it's a runner at first with 2 men out, and set to stand in the fine second baseman Robinson Cano.
Your attention, please. Now
So with a
pitching
left-handed
for
hitter
Boston,
waiting, they'll go to their own
number
left-hander
58,
out of the bullpen.
Fernando Abad.
And now the Red Sox will get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Before the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. And a dive, but he's back in. Another look to first, and he'll dive back in. Runner goes for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. Not in time. He's in there at second. Cano waiting on the 0-1. In the dirt here. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down. Hard on the ground toward short. Crawford's got it. Throw on to Votto will take care of him at first, and the side is retired. In is Joey Votto now. He'll try and lead things off here in inning number 9.
First baseman number 19, Joey Votto.
Now here's the pitch. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike.
Well, he got that first pitch, got him looking right there. With a star hitter like this guy, it is always good to get ahead in the count.
Swing and a liner. Foul. Changes up on him there, but it's 1-2.
He's pitching him with the respect of the power-hitting left-hander that he is. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me the opposite direction. I like the strategy.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Cespedes has him played perfectly as he puts it away for out number 1.
The batter. Right
Stepping
there.
into the box, Mookie Betts. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. And the pitch. Split-fingered fastball there inside, 2-0.
Wow, not a great spot to be in right now. 2-0 to a great hitter like this. This is when you really have to pay attention as a pitcher. And if you have good off-speed stuff, this might be the time to start mixing in your off-speed stuff.
The good hitters, they don't usually have trouble with the low 90s fastball. He might have been looking for something else.
Here it is on 3-1. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Martin is under it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. He's looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. Into the windup and the pitch. Starts things with a splitter outside for ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Lifted out towards straightaway center field. Martin is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So digging in now, Yoenis Cespedes. He'll lead things off here as we play the bottom of the 9th.
Yoenis Cespedes.
This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Way out in front. And now he'll reconsider as he looks for a strikeout pitch. Ready on 1-2. 1-2 is an off-speed pitch. No dice. It's 2-2. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Got him. And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time. Now at the plate, Mitch Haniger, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. Into the windup and the pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Votto in foul ground, and this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. The windup and the 0-1. A swing and a miss at a ball down. 1 out, nobody on. He struck him out. The 3rd time he's fanned in the game. Digging in the switch hitter, Jed Lowry. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Just a tick behind for a strike. And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss.
Looks to me like he's trying to make adjustments pitch to pitch up there at the plate, but he's looked completely thrown off so far. Late on the first one, way out front on the second.
Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball 1. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential winning run is aboard at first.
Now batting.
Now batting, Carlos Ruiz. He's got a chance to end this one and send these fans home happy if he can get a ball deep enough into the gap. Tyler Thornburg takes the ball, needing to get the final out of the 9th to send this one to extra innings. Mike Freeman will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line.
Freeman.
Fastball too high to start him out here. 1-0. Possible winning run stands at first with 2 out here. Now a ball grounded foul over toward the coaching box. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Now the 1-2 pitch. Now a little pop-up off toward the third base side. And no one can get there. It's a foul ball. Ready with another 2-strike offering. And he comes back with a fastball. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Here's Xander Bogaerts now. He'll be the one to start things out as we begin the 10th.
Third baseman number 2, Xander Bogaerts.
And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. This is in the air out to right. Haniger is there. 1 out.
Now batting.
Digging in for his second at bat, Hanley Ramirez. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And that one stayed too low apparently. Bases are empty. 1 man in. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1. Swings through it for strike number 2. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Lifted into center field. Martin is under it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Now batting.
Now at the plate, Blake Swihart. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Here comes the first pitch. Here's a high pop-up. Freeman coasts under it. And the inning is over. Stepping in, Taylor Motter. He's
Leading
0
off
for
for the
2 with a
Mariners.
walk thus far.
Designated hitter, Taylor Motter.
Swing and a miss at a first pitch changeup. 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hot shot on the ground to short. Crawford fields it cleanly, and he's retired here, 1 away. In now,
catcher,
Mike
number
Zunino. 0 for 2 with a walk for him so
Zunino.
far. Into the windup and the pitch. Late that time for a strike.
0-1.
Pitch on its way now to Zunino. Ball 1. Hard hit toward the hole. And a base hit as that's into left, and they've got themselves a base runner. Number 9 batter comes through that time, as it'll now be up to the top of the order with 1 away.
Center fielder, number 12.
Stepping in, Leonis Martin. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1 for 4 day. Henry Owens enters to make an appearance on the mound as he inherits a runner at first with 1 out in the inning.
Henry Owens, a defensive change for the Red Sox. Now playing first base, number 6, Mike Freeman.
Here's the first pitch. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
And think about it. In game 1 of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend if they don't get really good starting pitching.
Gene Segura standing in.
Number 2,
0 for 4 with a
shortstop,
strikeout thus far.
Gene Segura.
Here's the first pitch. Now here's a ground ball up the middle and into center field for a base hit. And they're going to walk off as winners. They've taken it here in extra innings. And guys, a very important outing turned in on the mound for the man you see right there. He was a big factor, of course, and is the recipient of our Topps Player of the Game award.
Well, it's not that often a relief pitcher that's not a closer gets props like this, but this time I think it's well deserved. They needed him in some tough situations, and he passed every test with flying colors.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Seattle Mariners. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Red Sox, 1 run, 7 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 33 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Safeco Field, 47,116. The Mariners thank you for your patronage and remind you to please buckle up and drive home safely.